A big hi to everyone and the cyber cluster users. My name is Venkat and today I would like to tell you about the brief detail of an important hacking technique. It's also called phishing. So the next 19 to 20 slides gonna be a brief introduction and the information about the phishing. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you. Coming to the contents today, first of all, I would like to tell about the definition of phishing, and then I'll be discussing about how the phishing is developed, its first appearance in Old Wide Net, and then followed by types of phishing and a brief about how different kinds of types and the introduction as well, and then coming to the motto, why the phishing is used by the attackers or the hackers and for what means they're gonna use it, and then I'll be giving you some examples as well as a brief about how the attacks are done by using phishing and what are all the day-to-day life attacks we'll be facing with the phishing techniques, and then I'll be discussing about measures to protect from phishing and then anti-phishing followed by the legal response. So these are all the topics which gonna give you a good idea about phishing, and yeah, we'll be going to the next slide now. Coming to the definition of phishing. Phishing is a hacking technique used by the hackers to obtain the information such as login credentials, bank card numbers, by acting as a reliable source of information in digital communication, which means that they're going to get your email ID, email password, your credit card, debit card, whatever card you are using, your information, all the personal information of yours. And also, these phishing attackers, they'll be acting as the reliable source and the legitimate source that a user can't get any doubt, and they will be automatically giving all the information in which the phishing works. Coming to the development of phishing, Khan C. Smith is the big man who invented and coined the term phishing. According to the records and my research in the Wikipedia, I somehow got some information. Khan C. Smith is also known as a good, not a good, an expertile in the hacking, and also he was being summoned for the usage of botnet in 2001. He is the person who is responsible for a lot of cyber attacks and the phishing as well. And we can also say, according to my research, phishing is the traditional technique for the hacking, and it can be used in all the other manners just by modificating. Yeah, that's it. Coming to the next slide. Appearance in Old Wide Net. As per the records available in Old Wide Net, phishing was used and recorded on January 1996 by a Usenet news group named AOL. Before that, there is no such kind of phishing reports or records. It might be invented before that, but it was first appeared or first detected by this kind of news group, and they named something is going wrong, and that's how the phishing emerged. A big hi to everyone and the cyber cluster users. My name is Venkat and today I would like to tell you about the brief detail of an important hacking technique. It's also called phishing. So the next 19 to 20 slides gonna be a brief introduction and the information about the phishing. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you. Spear phishing. Spear phishing is a method in which a target is being chosen first, and the target will be sent with an email as a trusted sender. The target who is receiving the email, the email looks like it came from a trusted legitimate user or the sender, but it's not. The main aim of them is to either infect the target system with a malware or for the information or money. So the email may contain a bit of malvirus program or anything that may affect the system of the target user, or it may can demand money in any case or anything. Coming to the whaling is also known as CEO fraud. So actually we see a lot of clone websites and we call it as phishing. The main clone websites are this whole mechanism, it runs under whaling. The attackers, what they do is just target a simple website or whatever website they need, and then they'll make a similar website which exactly look alike, and the user when they're using it, they won't realize that which is the original one and which is normal one, and they end up in giving all their information, confidential information, or if they want to send money, they'll send money, everything, and that's how their information will be disclosed and they will be attacked. So this is called whaling. Vishing is an interesting attack model because vishing attack is an attack method in which telephony is used. The hacker calls to a customer or a user as a service provider, utility bill provider, or anyone in order to get their bank account details. If they'll talk in such a way that they'll be providing the customer all the services on the phone, and when the customer makes his mind and give his card details or something like that, everything will be stolen, and yeah, that can't be traced at all. This wishing is nowadays very famous, and it's also famous in the last couple of years, and now that's how it is working. Email phishing and wishing is considered to be similar. In the wishing, the attacker will be using the telephonic communication method, but in the email phishing, the attacker will be using an email phishing once. He'll be sending an email to the user which contains a form, a submit form, and when the customer fills the form and clicks the submit, all the data will be transferred to the user, the attacker's end, and that's how the email phishing works. A big hi to everyone and the cyber cluster users. My name is Venkat, and today I would like to tell you about the brief detail of an important hacking technique. It's also called phishing. So the next 19 to 20 slides gonna be a brief introduction and the information about the phishing. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you. Attacks with phishing. In this day-to-day world, there are a lot of cyber attacks going on, in which I would like to discuss just two major attacks being done. In the year 2019, a South Indian temple, its main website has been cloned, and all the services are being reflected on the same other website as well. So whenever the customer is trying to book a service from that website, if the actual cost of the service is like 200 bucks, the other website, they were charging 1,000 bucks for the same service, and everyone are thinking that it's owned by the temple authority as well. After few months, one customer, he complained to the IT board of the concerned temple, and they had run a review in which they found there are nearly 8 to 9 kind of these kind of things which are being replicating services and the appearance of the original website and providing the services for higher rates, higher prices. and after that they made an act of copyright strictly, and then the criminals are behind the bars. Phishing attacks in day-to-day life. In this technological world, in our day-to-day life, we'll be facing a lot of phishing attacks that the attackers trying to attack the users with the simple techniques. One thing I can say you that you might be receiving the calls from the Vodafone store or ATO or some of the IVRs saying that they'll be providing free mobiles if you can say our card details, and then the frequent calls we get to our mobiles is with the ATO stating that our tax file number has been filed with the case, and then if we want to get rid of it we need to call them to give our details, blah blah blah, all these kind of stuff. So this is a kind of phishing which is being used by the attackers, and it's been noticed that 10 out of 100 people are getting affected by phishing attacks every day all around the world. Coming to the defensive measures, the first one is ensuring every individual personal information security. This can be achieved by using strong and unique passwords, like passwords containing 8 alphanumeric ways, some special characters, everything, and then giving the personal details only to the secured sites and browsers. Now you can ask me, like how one can know it's SSL, it's the secure site or not. In that case, go to the just right click your web page and then go to inspect element, then search for SSL. You need to verify whether your URL as well as the SSL report it should be same. If and only if that's called a secured one. If not, it's like a trap for you. And then deleting the suspicious mails and clicking them, not clicking them. Suspicious as in these days mails are coming with a lot of offers, click links, everything. So make sure you'll be avoiding all those mails and never ever provide your personal information to anyone. It may be either on phone or in the email, anyone. If and only if you think everything is safe, then yeah. Checking the email correctness. Checking the email correctness is a bit simple to the suspicious mail detection. So if you get any email attested by a good company, then you just need to check with the company, or you can just reply it regarding the response rate and everything. You can just clarify yourself you are in the safer hands or on the wrong hands. And then keep your web browser up to date, because nowadays all the web related security is provided by the leading web browser service providers. So whenever you want to make yourself okay or make yourself protected with these attacks, keep sure you'll be making your web browser updated. And the last but not the least one, make sure you'll be using an updated operating system with a security patch, because each and every operating system has their own security patch, and they keep on updating. So if you are using an updated one, it will be withstanding to all the hacking techniques or the virus related terms. Nowadays, using antivirus is a good practice for making your personal machine or console or anything to be protected. It is always advisable to use a good antivirus with the certifications, as well as it is always advisable to opt for an antivirus which contains phishing protection or anti-phishing anything. Both means the same actually. Phishing has been done on all the sectors, and in which the first known direct attack is against a payment system affected e-gold in 2001. That's been reported by a gold agency. And then in the banking sector, the first known phishing attack is against a retail bank which was reported by a banker in September 2003. Before that, there are the phishing attacks, but due to the lack of awareness and lack of the knowledge by the people, by the customer, and everyone, the users, the phishing attacks are going very easily. And after these kind of observations, the phishing attacks came into the light. Anti-phishing. With the increase in technology, the hackers are now not developing the new technologies. They are going back to the traditional hacking mechanisms, and then they are following them. Phishing is major in it. To achieve anti-phishing, I would recommend you to train the users with how to identify the fraudulent emails and everything, and then filtering the phishing emails. So having awareness, creating awareness among the users may really help to ensure the safety of their information as well as others. So getting alerts from the browsers and fraudulence, and nowadays there were a lot of plugins in the browsers. They are like inbuilt plugins which may give you some alerts regarding the fraudulent websites as well. And then use augmented password logins. This has been first proposed by a bank in USA. Augmented passwords works in this way. If you can choose a image, and whenever you want to log in, if you press on that image, a password link has been generated, and then this password will be directly sent into the database, and then will be matched with the server, and that's how you get the access. And then multi-factor authentication. So previously with the Gmail, there is just only one kind of authentication, that's just give your password and just go and avail the services. But then they started two-step verification. Though you give the password, you'll be getting an OTP, one-time password to your mobile or the email that you need to enter. These are all because to make sure each and every service provided by the leading people should be good, and of course the privacy of customer is the major priority for them. Legal response. The loss happened by the phishing attacks cannot be compensated by the law, as the most of the frauds involve in collecting the exact information with the user and makes it very tough to sort it out. The only way is to be a bit cautious regarding the calls with the service provides, offers, etc. Because with change in different countries and different laws, in some countries, if you are giving your card details and your CVV, everything on your phone, and the money has been stolen, so they'll just take the legal complaint, but there is no exact justice you'll be given unless and until the hacker or the attacker has been caught or found. That's how it is. So make sure you'll be aware of everything. And yeah, this is the end of the slides, and thank you all. I wish everyone got a good idea about how the phishing works, and thank you very much to all the cyber cluster users once again. Bye bye.